With the American Rescue Plan funding ending, the Mountain State is bracing for 604 potential daycare center closures, impacting more than 23,000 West Virginia children. Jillian Risberg has the story.
We're facing a critical point when it comes to childcare for families across the country, especially in West Virginia.
A few short days, the childcare funding that was allocated via the American Rescue Plan during the pandemic is slated to run out. And currently, there are no additional funding sources being allocated.
According to Care.com's Brian Gemelli, a number of daycare center closures are imminent as a result of that reduced funding, leaving many parents, families, and children in jeopardy of losing their care slots and looking for alternatives.
We saw this at the beginning of the pandemic, before the funding was put in place. Thousands of daycare center closures, thousands of childcare slots. And so we're facing a very eerily similar situation.
Gemelli says that could amount to 700,000 daycare center closures nationally, putting a stagger in 3.2 million children potentially at a loss of their caregiving needs. For those parents first hearing about this, he suggests exploring other childcare options: nannies, babysitters, lean on available relatives, and check with local parents for opportunities to do a nanny share, or even organize a child co-op where different families take turns watching a group of children.
And lastly, look into workplace benefits and see whether or not you're one of the ones that are lucky enough to have your employer offer dependent care assistance.
Another area is the federal level and sometimes state complementary level employer-provided child care credits
that incentivize employers to offer their employees those types of child care and dependent care assistance programs. And so those are the types of things that we're focused on and advocating for working families across the country and, of course, in West Virginia.
Gemelli says he's encouraged that Congress and some state legislatures are acknowledging this funding loss.
President Biden's executive order on caregiving that he recently did. We're encouraged by a new bipartisan caucus that was created, both Democrat and Republican, in Congress relative to childcare and the childcare crisis. And so we'll see what comes out of that.
Jillian Risberg for Newswatch.